Hello students, today we are going to discuss about conditional and looping statements under Python programming. First, we are coming to a generalized discussion where we are talking about the control flow statements like if, while and for, which are used to control the flow of the program based on certain conditions. Additionally, we have break and continue statements which are there within the loops to modify the behavior. So first we are coming to the if statement. The if statement allows you to execute a block of code based on a condition. If the condition is true, the indented code block under the if statement is executed. Optionally, you can use elif and else to provide the alternative conditions. Let us look at this example. So first we have x equal to 10, then we gave if x greater than 5. Then you please note the colon here, which is different from some of the other languages. And under if, the code which is coming under this if, like if this if condition is true, it will go to the next statement, right? It is not there inside any bracket in Python. Rather than that, we have to indent the code, and based on the indentation, we have the interpreter will understand that the following block of code is coming under this if. So we wrote print x is greater than 5. Then we come to the elif condition where we have another condition here, right? X equal to 5. Equal to as we all know is a comparison operator. And if this condition is true, it will go to the next print statement. Then last, if both the if condition and elif conditions are false, it will come to the else part and print x is less than 5. In the given example, we see that x equal to 10. So obviously x is greater than 5 and it will print x is greater than 5. Next we come to the while loop or while statement. The while loop allows you to repeatedly execute a block of code as long as the condition is true. For example, we have count equal to 0, while count less than 5 print count, right? Now, to understand again the same thing, to understand that what are the statements which are coming under the while loop, please refer to the indentation here. I hope you all can see now. The indentations, makes us understand that, okay, these two lines are coming under the while loop. So here count is 0, while count less than 5, count is less than 5 here. We will print count and then increase the counter by 1. Next we come to the for statement or the for loop. The for statement is used to iterate over elements in a sequence. Like it can be a list, a tuple, a string, or an iterable like a range. So first we have a list of items like apple, banana, orange. The name of the list is fruits. It is actually similar to an array here. Next we have a for in loop. Now let us see what happens inside the for in loop. If you note carefully, the fruits here is this list which is mentioned above. And fruit here, this fruit is a separate variable. So please note that fruit and fruits are not the same here. Now in every iteration of the for in loop, each element from the fruits list comes and settles down in the variable fruit. So what happens? In the first iteration, the value of fruit is apple. So when we go and print in the next line, it comes to be apple. Print fruit is print apple, like we are printing apple. In the next iteration of this for in loop, it shifts to the next element and the next element comes inside this variable called fruit. So this time banana settles down in fruit variable, and when we print fruit, banana is printed. In the next iteration of the for loop, that is for in loop here, the value of fruit variable is orange. And when we are printing fruit, orange is getting printed here. So basically, if we see, the for in loop actually starts from the first element of that list, and with each and every iteration it moves to the next element until we reach the end of this particular list. Next, we come to a very important concept of, two very important keywords. Those are break and continue. First, let us come to the break statement. Now, the break statement is used to exit a loop prematurely. When encountered, the loop is terminated and the program continues with the next statement after the loop. For example, here, for I in range 5. So in case of for in loop, if I write like this, if I use the range function, what happens is that it starts from 0 and goes up to the element 4. So now let us start from the starting. So it starts with 0. So for the first iteration of this for in loop, the value of I is 0. So this if statement is false here. It will not go inside this if. It will come out and go to the next print I statement, and 0 is getting printed. It will directly go to the next iteration of the for in loop, where the value of I increases by 1 and becomes 1. So now what happens? Again, this condition is false and it comes and prints the value of I, which is 1. For the next iteration of the for loop, the control again goes back to this line, and the value of I is now 2. Still the if condition is false, so it does not enter the if condition. It just comes out and prints I, that is 2. For the next iteration of the for in loop, the value of I becomes 3. Now if you see, this statement or this condition is true. So it goes to the break and comes out of the loop. Here please note one thing. The loop which we are talking about is the for loop. Immediate loop, okay? So immediate outer loop is for loop here. So it comes out of the for loop. So it is a premature termination of the for loop. Next we come to the continue statement. The continue statement is used to skip the current iteration of a loop and proceed with the next iteration. What is the meaning of that? Same thing here if you see, okay? So first 0 is getting printed, then it is 1. Now when it comes to 2, it will not come out of the loop, but it just keeps that particular iteration. That particular iteration is skipped for 2 and it goes to the next iteration of the for it. So what happens? This print statement is not getting executed. So it goes to the next iteration where the value of I is increased to 3. Again 3 is getting printed, and as I already said to you that the last value of I will be 4. So it stops at 4. This is the output which we get. Just a recap, okay, if you want to practice about the for in loop, it is just a recap slide here. And what happens is that for I in range 5 print I, just practice at home. Just you can install Python, any software like PyCharm, and just try to execute. Even you can execute it via online compilers. So for I in range 5 print I, if I do, I will range from 0 to 4 here. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 starts at from 0 by default, ends at n minus 1. What about, like, can I change the normally what happens, it is like 0, 1, 2, 3. Can I change that particular what should I say, that step? Okay, yeah, I can change that. So even I can write like this: for I in range 2, 10, 2. What is the meaning of 2? It will start from 2, okay, and it will end at 9, and the value of each and every step is 2. So 2, After that 2 plus 2 4, then 4 plus 2 6, then 6 plus 2 8. As soon as we go to 8 plus 2, we will not go to 10. Okay, because by rule of for in loop, it will end one value before that. So it is excluded, as I have already mentioned here. Thank you, students.